All right, good morning. Good morning, Sam Boners. And welcome back. Welcome back to the Sam Boner Show, everybody. I believe this is episode 8. Correct me if I'm wrong. As always, alongside here, my guest host, Mr. Colin Thompson. I'm Sam Boner Mick. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. As always, this episode, and without the original Fudge Kitchen, this episode is brought to you by the original Fudge Kitchen, shipping fudge all throughout the country. 6 locations here on the East Coast, an unbelievable online presence, chocolate, vanilla, peanut butter, you name it. Original Fudge Kitchen has it for you. So, Colin, what's going on, man? Appreciate you jumping on here this morning.
I'm just beaming because of the media professional Mick McKenzie has turned into. So Mick's first episode, I don't know about this. Now he's ripping ad reads that we didn't even go over. So
this is my favorite hour of the week. You kidding?
I know, man. I'm jacked. Again, appreciate everybody.
Suit and tie back on or no?
Yeah, we could. You could do suit and tie, flip flops underneath.
That's that noise. I'll never wear a tie again.
Yeah, no, it's overrated. So everything's good, man. Just got back from Carolina. Crazy year there. Life's good though. We're just grinding, moving, not following media, moving and shaking. New logo for us. But more sponsors coming with our friends over here at Sam Boner Nation, Sam Boner Show. 10,000 followers on Instagram for you guys. That's awesome. That's that's a landmark for a bunch of just good time boys and girls eating and just drinking and having a good time.
Dude, it's so much fun, man. This product that we created, I'll tell you though, Colin, it's very interesting. Like at times you have all this momentum in the world, and then there's just times where it gets a little sluggish. It ebbs and flows, but look, we're the Sam Boners, right? Sandwich capital of the world, Philadelphia, but we're in the midst of Wing Month, and the momentum is at an all-time high. I'm catching fucking reviews every single day. Some days 2, 3 at a time. Over the weekend, I think I caught like close to 10. So Sambo Nation, man, keep up the great hustle. We can't thank you enough.
There's something about Wing Month because people are going to eat wings year round, right? But it may not be cheesesteak season for you because, hey, it's just the holidays. I ate and drank like shit.
Right.
And I probably, I think it's brilliant on our part. That's why I think it's cool about the calendar month. And Wing Month is every month, right? Any guys, again, no rules, Sam Boners, eat, drink, be merry, and ship in videos whenever you'd like. But something about wings, man, because everybody has their flavor. Everybody has the way they like it cooked. Everybody has 1, 2 locations. But you go to a new place, you hear they have great wings. Oh shit, let me try them. Yeah. It's like there's like less ego involved. Like with the cheesesteak, it's like, no, I only go to these 3 places. I'll never do it. So with wings, there's less ego. Plus, people at the house, they get after it, man. People got smokers now and grills, and it's awesome.
Dude, it's competitive. It's an art. I think there was somebody that chimed in like early on in the month, like, wing's a wing. I'm like, wing's a wing, right? Every wing I've had is different. I don't know where you're coming up with that, but yeah, like you said, man, it's competitive. And for local establishment bars, like you got to have a good wing, right? One of the things that drives me to just a local pub for a beer is, do they have good wings? And if they don't have good wings, I may steer somewhere else. So just my opinion.
No, you're right. I mean, I think it's fair to say that. Also, like, if the wing's not great, if it's solid, but they have a good wing deal, right? It's packed, right? Everybody's there crushing wings.
Yeah.
The Candlewick in Doylestown, which is Mike Carey, Central Bucks West. Coach Mike Carey was with Mike Pettin for all those years. He owns the Candlewick and the New Britain Inn. They both have really good, solid wings, a great wing deal. They have a wing night too. So that's like a kind of a Bucks County situation that I grew up going to with those 2 places. And obviously Mesquite Grill is a whole nother situation.
I bring up my buddy's bar in Ambler here, Harry's Tap Room, a lot. Just a great little pub. He just moved into Ambler. His staple is the hog wing. Have you ever had a hog wing?
No.
It's like a little pork belly butt. Huh. It's very unique, and he's got 4 different flavors, and it's like a cube shape. But for the longest time, I'm like, Harry, when are you going to put just your traditional wings on the menu? And he just, for what it's worth, he had his own little play on. It was just hog wings, bacon, craft beer. And then just in a couple of years ago, he put the traditional wings on the menu too. And dude, they're legit as well. So the best of both worlds right there.
No doubt about it. Yeah, man, there's a lot to get into. Okay. First off, I want to clear up my situation because I'm getting some, people chirping me back for the rating situation. Now, you put it in the Sam Boner group text last night. Was it positive? Was it negative? Did people think I was mocking?
It was mixed. I'll be honest with you. right? But look, I say it till I'm blue in the face. There is no rules here, right? And I've recently in the last couple of reviews, like these wings are in the 9s, they're in the 8s, like 8.2, 8.4. Like who gives a shit, right? I mean, what's the big deal? We're out here just trying to have fun. So, dude, I think it's great, right? My opinion, I think it's great. I don't care what really anybody has to say, as long as you're enjoying yourself and you're, given the experience that everybody's looking for. Sub 1, 2, 3, 4. I wouldn't sell yourself short though.
Well, thank you. I was going to do a Caddyshack quote there, but that's from a different. You're a tremendous slouch.
You're a tremendous slouch.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think okay. So explaining it in football, I always. But let me go back to the origin. Okay, let me slow down here. Podcast 101. I listen to Bussin' with the Boys, and it's a football show for Barstool Sports. Taylor Lewan, Will Compton. Great show. Great job. They do tier talk, right? And they talk about tier talk, like tier 1 fans. They have then they rate tier 2 fans, tier 3 fans. They have also tier talk for food, tier talk for types of trucks, whatever. They do a bunch of different stuff.
Right.
I'm like, okay, I don't want to do tiers. What's my thing? Okay, football, but also real life. Well, okay, you know what? Hit me like a freaking lightning bolt. I'm like, well, in football, we put people on buses. When you board the bus from the hotel, when you board the bus from the plane, bus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, whatever it may be. Well, I'm always in one of the buses in the latter half of the numbers. Franchise players, general manager, the owner, if he's on the trip, they're on bus 1. Okay. They're on bus 1. Bus 2, maybe like offense or defense, one or the other. Could be a mix, could be a starters, could be based on how many years you've been in the league. College is the same thing. So I'm thinking bus 1, bus 2, bus 3. In the NFL, I traveled on bus 4 or later my entire career. So let's do the same thing for wings. I think it's hard to keep track in my mind. I'm like, okay, that was a bus 1 wing, or that was a bus 2 wing, or bus 1 cheesesteak. Like this is elite. So I'm doing that with wings now. I did it the other day in Moosehead. It's my favorite place to get wings in Charlotte. Absolutely freaking love it. It's an old school dive bar, former Pizza Hut turned into dive bar with Christmas lights all over it, and like good freaking loud music and good freaking times, great service. Like I love it. It's been a bar of the week.
But dude, it's hard. I'll be honest with you. That's hard, right? Because we're on the quest for the best. We get so much feedback. I've said this before. Where are the bad reviews? Where are the bad reviews? Like, why would I drive 45 minutes to spend $25 on bad food, right?
Yeah, I have one night a week I can go out and have a couple beers, even though I've been on a little bit of a shaker because the season's over and that's what we do when the season ends with the boys as a kumbaya.
So like the way I see it, like the Sam Boner scale and the bus 1, it adds up. It kind of, I think, works together, right? If you're eating a top 10, if you're eating a wing that you essentially think is in the top 10, it's going to be in the 9s. If you think it's in the top 20 or 10, 10 through 20, it's going to be in the 8s and so forth. It's like the A, B, C, D, right? So to each his own, man.
To each his own, Sam Boners. To each his own. So there's the new grading system for me. Mick, before we get into wings and stuff, talk about NFL playoffs, man. Your Birds. I mean, hottest team in the NFL for a majority part of the season, a healthy team for the majority part of the season, and then some injuries in key spots and right tackle, and could honestly be the best right tackle in football. I think he is. And Lane Johnson, going to be a Hall of Famer. The Chip Kelly draft pick, which is crazy to say, him and Zach Ertz. And then you have, Jalen Hurts goes down, who people are always saying, is it the chicken or the egg? Is it the team or is it Jalen? People have always bet against Jalen. I'm going on my football monologue here before I asked you. I think people are crazy that are listening to this show to say, I don't know if this guy's going to improve every year. Is he the franchise guy? I called it on my show. I said it before. That's a franchise guy. Everywhere he went, everything he's touched, his work ethic. Do you think those videos of him squatting 600 pounds are just a joke? What do you think that takes? Not just going in the weight room being strong. We're talking hours of commitment. That guy has gotten better every single year, and he's a 100%. Leader. So I'm rambling on. My point is, you lose two good guys, a little bit of a slide, but there's number 1 seed. They have the first round bye. Again, this is a Philly-based show, even though we are worldwide, Sam Boners. I want to hear mixed thoughts on the Birds and kind of the playoff picture moving forward.
Well, no, and I never pinned Jalen Hurts as the franchise guy until now. But I always did say that this kid continues to elevate his game week in, week out. Better.
Like a Sam Boner.
Yeah, absolutely. Lane Johnson's a Sam Boner too. They're all Sam Boners. But no, you touched on Johnson, you touched on Hurts, and I'm a big fan, or I'm a big believer of momentum going into the playoffs. If you look at like the Minnesota Vikings and the New York Giants, like the first 8 games in the season, those two were pistol red hot, right? And they've fallen off. The Giants are 2-5-1. The Minnesota's like 4-4 in the last 8 games. The Birds, yeah, they fell into a little rut, but I felt like last week, they got that win, but it was an opportunity to kind of knock off some of that rust, especially for Jalen Hurts. Like he missed the last 2 weeks just to get some action in before the playoffs. Now you got a week ahead to rest all your starters, all your players. Have that bye week is gigantic. That said, look, I'm still very optimistic and confident that the Birds are going to make a run and they're going to go to the Super Bowl and they're going to beat the bag out of the Buffalo Bills. And we'll get to that in a second. But I don't think we can do it without Lane Johnson, honestly. If you look at the stats, and I'm not going to say I'm a stats guy, but they're like 650% winning rate with Lane Johnson in the lineup. Without Lane Johnson, they're like 12-24, right? I mean, that goes to show you that he is a monster, one of the best offensive linemen, one of the best players in the NFL, Con.
Yeah, no doubt about it. He's always been and always underappreciated and a leader and mental health advocate now. He's a great dude. Here's the thing. So the NFC picture, when we talk about edge rushers, say the Vikings move on, Giants are a good team too. That's going to be a good game. It's going to be a really good game. Minnesota's at home, great place to play.
Yeah.
Awesome. If you have a chance to go to a Vikings game, go. People are in the Eagles Super Bowl. They were at that stadium. The Viking edge rushers are really good. So you need Lane Johnson. Cowboys edge rushers are really good. So you need Lane Johnson. If the Bucs win, they have some guys too. Now they lost Shaq Barrett, their top guy. Shaq's a stud, but he's out. So they have some guys too. So the NFC playoff picture to me, right? Again, that's wild card weekend.
It's up in the air, man.
And the Niners,
the NFC East just alone is probably one of the best divisions in football.
The Niners have the best defensive line maybe in the history of the NFL. So you need your guys up front. And that's why the Eagles have been good because they build it inside out. Up front, they've been great for years. And I think too, and again, that's just from I covered the team for 2 seasons when I was out of the NFL. So I was NFL player out of the NFL for 2 years. Now, okay, scrambling in media, making that work, doing Eagles pre and post game line live on Sundays and Mondays. And I covered the team. I got to know them well. Then I played against them last year. So I get to see it from a fan's perspective because I support the team. I'm actually not a fan. I didn't grow up an Eagles fan, but sure. I support the team. It's amazing for the community and all my friends are. I've seen it as a player, faced them. And the thing with the Eagles is all the same guys have been around for years.
Yeah.
Really the core. So, and then from this perspective of a player, okay, what does that team do? That team has got swagger to them. And I know it's a cliche and all that stuff, but there's an expectation to win in that building. One, the fans know it. The players know it. There's an expectation around there of edginess and to win. So that's unique. And everybody thinks everybody's going to have that in every organization. That's not the case.
Where that starts too? That honestly, in my opinion, that starts with the coach. Dude, that guy, he everybody gravitates towards him. And he's just like one of us, honestly. Like he'll wear, like I'm sporting a Paul Carpenter shirt right now. Shout out Paul Carpenter. But like he'll wear like fan gear just to kind of build that camaraderie around Philadelphia and everybody that's just, in it to win it. And it all starts with him. I think the chemistry across the board is extremely strong. And, if they're healthy going into the divisional playoff round, I think they're going to blow the doors off of whoever we play. Yeah, it's TB12. If it's TB12, great. That's a rematch from 2022. He knocked us off. But, that guy is just, my God, one of the greatest of all time. I mean, it's a little scary when you have to go face him. You know it. They just eliminated you guys, unfortunately.
In Philly. No one's coming into Philly and winning. I just don't see it. Now, who knows? When it gets later in the playoffs, we'll see. Right? I think for at least the first round, we'll see what happens. But it's not going
to be easy. But I have a good feeling that we will win the divisional round. We will win the NFC Championship, and we will win the Super Bowl.
Over who are they going to beat?
I'm going to go with Buffalo, man. I think that's the ultimate story. And I think Sean McDermott has done an unbelievable job with that program. I root for Buffalo too. Another local guy, John Butler here, went to LaSalle along with Sean. It's just a cool hometown story. Sean's got ties with the Philadelphia Eagles. back in the 90s. I mean, for him to play the Eagles in the Super Bowl, dude, that's storybook stuff.
Now, what about the people that went to LaSalle? Are they cheering for the Eagles or are they cheering for Sean?
I think they cheer for both.
Yeah, that's good. I like
At
that
the end of the
perspective.
day, dude, it's all about the birds.
I had a cousin tell me one time, and I was kind of pissed. He's like, dude, if you go to the Cowboys, because we were talking a little bit out of college, they touch base. You know, the team calls you, hey, what's going to be your draft day number? This is so and so with the Dallas Cowboys or the Buffalo Bills or the Niners. What's going to be your draft day number? We'll make sure we have your phone ready. It's part of the recruitment too. So if you fall through and you're an undrafted guy, like, well, that team called, you know, so they liked me, you know. So I told my cousin that, and he was like, dude, I literally will not talk to you. I was like, dude, you know, this is my life, it's my dream, man. I started
Like I said before, man, if you played for the Cowboys, we wouldn't be working together. I'm sorry.
It'd actually be a better show because
It would. We'd kill each other.
It would be like, you guys would be like, yo, I hope you guys lose this weekend. It'd be like so weird and awkward, but it would be a great show. Yeah, it's gonna be a great playoffs, man. It always is. It's a fun time of year.
It is, man.
Shout out to our friends over at the Fudge Kitchen, shipping fudge and sweet treats across the country. Fudge Kitchens with an S.com. Okay. So let's transition. We're talking wings. It's wing month. Guys, I haven't listened to our episode last week. We kicked off the calendar for the wing. We gave awards for all that. You know, everyone for the 2020 year. Harry Donahue was jacked. He shared the award. He's the best. He's our celebrity Sambone of the year. There's a bunch of great stuff in the previous episode as well. Guys, we've had Grill Guy on. We've had, oh my God, I forget at this point. There's so many great people. The cheesesteak episode's our biggest episode. Mick, I haven't even told you that, but people are going back and listening to it, which we knew what would happen. And us talking cheesesteaks, and these are timeless, guys. You can go back and listen to them. Maybe not these couple shows here and there, but if it's a cheesesteak episode or it's done with an interview with somebody, they're timeless. Go back and listen. It's great, great stuff. Let's talk about our favorite wing sauces, man. I think it's an easy topic. I've done the rating before. I'm going to give mine first, Mick. Give you some time to marinate in yours, and we're going to go through mine again. I've done this on my show, but we'll do it again. There's nothing better. There's so many sauces now, too. So many people are so creative of what's going on. I mean, these lists are incredible, and they could change on a dime because you go somewhere on a vacation to Texas, and you're like, what the hell is this? Oh. I'll have the disclaimer here. Some of my favorite wings I've made. Oh, we got people over. Okay, there's some wings in the freezer. Okay, thaw them out. Boom, I'm throwing them on the smoker. All we have is like a salt, pepper, garlic mix, and I just throw that on there, and bang, they're just delicious. So that's the best part about the wings, right? They're really easy. Okay, my list, 5. Number 5, I'm going with blackened. Number 4, I'm going with hot. Number 3, I love a good barbecue wing. Number 2, teriyaki wing, especially at the Seaview in K-May. It's one of my favorite wings in the world. And then number 1.
This is great. This is great. Go ahead.
I mean, how unprofessional is this guy? I can't even talk about Doylestown or Cape May, the 2 places I lived in that
you
area.
Can't get through an episode without talking about the Seaview.
I shouldn't. It's my local bar. Every time you talk about your buddy's place down the street, what's the guy's name? What's the bar? Hank's?
You're right. You're right.
I mean, Harry, but I just talk about this. They're talking wing month. I think it's the best wing in Jersey. So there you go. I'm going to restart my list. 5, blackened. 4, hot. 3, barbecue. 2, the teriyaki wings, at the Seaview in Cayman, New Jersey. Yes. And then they're also Matt Rule's favorite wing, too, on the planet. So you can kiss my ass, Mick. And then number 1, the Honey Old Bay wings. Ooh. At the Chop Tank in Baltimore, Maryland, and near us here in Annapolis, Maryland. They have 2 locations. So they are just ridiculous. I had them for the first. I've had them a dozen times now, but you bite into it and it's like sweet and salty and like, holy cow! Like I love blue cheese, but they don't need them. You're like, I don't even want to do this. So that's my list. Sorry for bringing up a great place that makes wings, Mick. What's the bet in the Samboner? Over under how many times Colin says Seaview in Cape May, New Jersey today?
Oh my God! I wish I had $1 for every time you said it.
Yeah. You're killing me.
So I have a new one that just actually hit my list, and I just got done hitting this place. I think I'll post it tonight. We went to this place in Delco called the Hunt's Annex, It's one of the like more highly touted wing joints in the Delaware County, Philadelphia area. I just never been there. I actually tried to go once last year. It was closed, unfortunately. Oh my God, this dude Vince, his girlfriend Jackie, Colin, they put on an absolute show for us. Like 7 different wing flavors, pizzas, quesadillas, egg rolls, you name it. My buddy Corey and I had an absolute feeding frenzy. They were serving this mango hot habanero. Knocked my socks off, man. I'm just going to put it at 5 right now, but it might be the best wing I've ever had in my life. But for now, we're just going to put it 5. 4, I'm a big fan of like a nice, like a lemon pepper, like a hot lemon pepper. 3, I'll go to my local staple here, the Honey Caribs at Union Jack's. Number 1 wing on my list. Their original staple sauce is the Honey Carib. I'll go traditional hot out of respect for all you Sambone freaks out there yelling at us for not Samboning just your traditional mild hot wing. But like, look, man, this is the modern day era of Samboning. There's tons of sauces out there. You got to try them. But my number 1, man, is the garlic parms at Mesquite Grill.
Wow.
Number 1, man. They are just out of this world. And we like try to perfect them. Like Samboner Drew was here one day. Oh, no, that was up at my cousin Kevin's house. We did like a little wing off and we were trying to perfect that garlic parm sauce because it's just, dude, it's just so deadly.
The wings at the Mesquite Grill, folks, there's so many different flavors. They have like a honey barbecue I used to get as a kid. That's ridiculously good. There's the kind of blackened. They have a blackened kind of rub there. Dude, I would go in there. I would get they're just have a unique way of doing business. Their fries have good seasoning on them. Like it's not your normal like pub food, in my opinion. It's like pub food enhanced. That's why I look at it.
Yeah.
Their wraps are ridiculous with the wing rubs and seasoning on it. Like, and I'm gonna get that, and I would get a dozen wings and have a great time.
It's the best.
So that's we talk about that show. Probably we talk about that place almost every time on here too, because it's just that's good, right? In the little dive bar in the heart of Doylestown. So
you a blue cheese guy, Colin?
Yeah, we're gonna debate that blue cheese or ranch. I think there's absolutely zero debate, folks. I get it. Some people don't like blue cheese dressing, they don't like blue cheese, but blue cheese goes with wings, guys.
100%.
In my opinion, I know I get it. So, blue cheese, fine. Have your ranch, whatever can take the kind of kick off of the wing for you to calm it down a little bit. But the blue cheese, especially if it's homemade or a really good product, like now you could have the blue cheese out of the bottle and it's great. It's boom.
Which one?
Listen, it's just you're going to get into that on your. For me, I get it. Restaurants do it. You probably don't even notice it. Boom, you dip it. It's good. But when you have like a homemade blue cheese dressing, holy cow!
Yes, gotta be homemade.
Like really good crumbles or like really good stuff, and it's like ice cold with the hot wing. Oh, I'm about it. What are your thoughts?
100%.
Please dive in.
No, and that's it. I mean, it's like we talk about this all the time. You can't find a good blue cheese in the store. Like Ken's, maybe, but you cannot. You got it. Some of the place, I think the blue cheese is a huge component of how good that wing is because you got to dip the wing into the blue cheese and the blue cheese has to be good. And most good wing establishments are making it homemade. How they make it is another story, and I'm not going to get into that. I don't know, man. I've heard some really interesting stories. Samboner Drew, Samboner Mike, they used to work at the General Davis in Southampton. It's now owned by Paul's. They worked in that back kitchen for years and years and years. And just some of the stories of them telling me how they made it. It's like, holy shit, man. I didn't know there was that much mayonnaise. I didn't know you put your arms into the bowls and you had to like mix it around and crush those pieces of blue cheese up. So hopefully I'm not scarring anybody out there, but
listen, folks, it's a kitchen. You get it done, baby.
You get it done, right?
You do it at the house. You're going to be okay. We're all okay. We're all living and breathing. We're listening to the show, I think. So you'll be all right. No, I agree, man. Like when you go to a place and you're like, you could just tell when it comes out, the blue cheese at the top of the blue cheese dressing, the literal blue cheese, you're like, okay, that's homemade. Thank you. I'm ready to go to work on this thing. And then what I do, because I'm a big like buffalo chicken wrap guy, I'll get that with the wings. And can I have an extra blue cheese for the buffalo chicken wrap? right? Because it's got to go. So something my uncle does, is actually a chef, bartender. He owns Shots and Giggles in Key West, and he's a former chef in Key West. What he does, like even with the Caesar dressing, he'll buy like the bottles of Caesar dressing at the store. He'll buy the Newman's, and then he'll buy the blue cheese too. And when he does, he dumps it all out into a bowl.
Doctors it up.
He'll just put like fresh shaved, parm in the blue cheese dressing or whatever he puts in there. I mean, in the Caesars, he'll put some sharp parm in there, and he'll salt, pepper, garlic, and then mix it back up. Take the top off the blue cheese and put it back. I mean, in the dressing, and put it back. Now the same thing with the blue cheese dressing. God,
yeah,
he pumps some blue cheese into it, some more like fresh. He buys it fresh and then dumps it in, shakes it up, and puts it back in the fridge. So
that's genius, man.
Yeah,
that's genius.
It's a way to just add a little bit more kick and add that kind of blue cheese, that pungent.
I'm an extra blue cheese guy, dude. It's part of my order. Got to have extra. I can eat it, man. I love it. I put it on everything.
I'll say this. I'm using, and like you're saying about the world of the wing world now, I'm using less and less of it, because some of these wings now are just crazy. They're crazy good. Like, again, I brought up the honey Old Bay. They're really good with the.
There's some places out there though that, like, I don't. You remember Cluck You Chicken?
Yeah.
Yeah, they Cluck You Chicken. I don't think it's around anymore. It might be. They were franchising for a while. They had like a certain wing on their menu that you had to sign a waiver just to order it and eat it. Jug Handle too. You ever been to the Jug Handle in Jersey?
I know it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I got to get there. I got to sandbone the Jug Handle. I've been to the Jug Handle a million times. This is actually a lot of fun. The Jug Handle has a wing like that as well, where it's just like the atomic of all atomic hots. So like for a Super Bowl party, we'll go to my aunt and uncle's house for the Super Bowl, and we'll do a nice big block pool. Now, yeah, if you win the block, that's great. You'll win $100, $200. But with that, you got to eat a wing just because you won. And just to watch these people have to eat the atomic hot wing just for winning a block, dude, they go explode.
Dude, I want nothing to
I know
do with that. Like, we would be, and I'm a bigger guy, right? So sometimes you get people, you won't be able to do this. Like, I'm like, first off, what does my size have to do with this? I'm just a human. We'll be at the Plumsteadville pub, Archbishop Wood graduate, Butch Kelly. And, Butchie, he would do ghost pepper pizzas for football. And he put the ghost peppers on one slice. So he would cut the pizza, and the ghost peppers would be under one of the slices, under the cheese in one of the slices. And everyone would be eating like, oh, there's still ghost peppers on here. Oh, it's just nice. It's good little heat. And all of a sudden, the one person's like dying in the corner, and everyone's laughing. I'm like, guys, I'm not playing this game. Like, I'm here to drink some beers, eat some wings, grab a pie of pizza, and I'm not doing this. So I'm not a big.
Up to you.
Yeah, I'm not a burnout. I'm not a burnout, embarrassed people guy.
That place yesterday had a ghost pepper habanero pizza. It was actually really good.
Yeah, if you do it right, and then you got a little side of blue cheese to dunk it off.
Yeah, man,
have a good time, and you're good to go. Yeah, there's so much stuff going on. I mean, here's the next topic. How do you like your wings cooked? Because there's so many ways people are doing it now.
Well, you're right. There is. It's definitely an art. It's definitely a science. I'm about to have lunch over at another one of my favorite places, Steam Pub in Southampton. How do they do it? They bake them, they fry them, they bake them again. Like, what was that place yesterday? The pub at Penn Valley. My buddy Rock did a review, and he broke it down. I mean, that guy could talk about poultry and wings till the cows come home.
You got to get him on.
But very, very detailed. Well, we're going to do a Breakfast Club episode with him. We're all part of the Breakfast Club. That's another story for another day.
I guess I didn't get my invite. That's fine. Continue.
Well, no, you'll get a breakfast name eventually. Dude, hold your horses, man. Holy shit. So what they marinate, they bake them and then marinate them and then let them sit overnight and then deep fry them. Like, dude, everybody's got a different style and everybody's got a different art. So again, whoever said that a wing's a wing, dude, come on now.
It's right? Good. It's like our motivation. Beauty. Somebody saying that. It's like, somebody please tweet like a wing's a wing. All right, good. Now I'm making
I actually do like a baked style, or like Anthony's Fire and Grill. What do you call that? Anthony's Pizza. It's a chain. I think Dan Marino owns it. They bake their wings in that like coal fire, just where they cook the pizza. They do the wings in there too with the little caramelized onions. Dude, they're money.
Yeah, especially if you like get That's where I find like where you have a barbecue is better with that because it like got some sugar in it and it caramelizes and it crisps more.
Yeah.
Like a hot wing is great in there too, but sometimes like a burn or a crisped hot wing, like if it's baked, is not so good. But the barbecue is money. I think too, it's based off the flavor. Like, what do you like your wings at? Like, I don't think every wing should be smoked with every sauce, right? Like, it's certain sauces, different things. I put some things down. Baked is great. Smoked is great. The smoking style with the green egg and the Traegers is now taken off. I love smoking them and then when I had the green egg, taking the smoking rack out and then crisp the crap out of them.
Yeah.
That was awesome. Like you said, people are like grilling and smoking and frying all the same, and then like dipping them back in the batter and then doing it again. There's so many different ways they're doing it. So
it's a lot of work, man.
Hey, man, same boning ain't for everybody.
Baby. Yeah, baby.
No, it's good stuff, man. I've already done moose heads in Charlotte. I'm excited for the month. I mean, I'm jacked for the month. We're going to Texas this weekend, Houston, see some family. So my wife's family's down there. So, I mean, that's like perfect. I'm going to Texadelphia, which is like a huge, like kind of not a chain, but they have multiple spots down there in Houston and Dallas, I believe. And my wife says it's the best cheesesteak she ever had. And every time it was so annoying. We'd be out in Philly, like when I was at Temple, and she'd be like, I'm telling you, like, I get it. It's good here, but there's something unique. In Texas, I'll say this, they season things the right way. And not all cheesesteaks, as Mick knows, have a lot of seasoning and love in them, right? It's just some cheese and some steak. Now, the best ones season it the right way. So we'll see. I'm going to be extremely critical of it because there's no way it's better than what we got up here.
No way.
No way.
It's all in that water. WOODER water.
Yep. What's the bread going to produce? So we'll see what goes on down there. We got some smoked wings. I'm going to hit a barbecue smoked wing shop down there because you have to. You're in Texas.
Samboner season for Colin Thompson, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, my God. It's going to be bad, dude. I'm like, what do I do? Because you're supposed to take like a month off of the season and let your body and mind recoup. I'm like, I got to sweat a little bit. I got to do something here. I'm going to be
come on, man. Just run it off. Jump in the steamer.
I am.
Right back at it. I'll tell you what, though, man, you got to. I mean, I walk my pup every morning. I do a little something at lunch. And then if I have the need, like I got to do another one. I'll take a dog for another walk, or I'll just get a little 30-minute workout in, man. Like you said, samboning ain't easy, but you got to take care of your body, too.
I love Mick's videos when he's out walking in the neighborhood. It can't get any more Philly Eagles fan, dad of the year type stuff. Like again, I'm someone from the area, but I've been in different cities. I lived a lot of different places at this point for almost 30 this year. Like I look back and I laugh at all my
Dude, did you see the video I posted a couple weeks ago?
No.
I probably did. Malloy, Maniac Malloy's sister-in-law or aunt, or I think it's his aunt, lives like right over here. And she sees me walking all the time. She's a big fan of the Samboners. I gave her a shirt not too long ago. She busted me red-handed, filming me outside of her house through the woods. You could hear me screaming into my phone, pumping content or whatever. And it's just like me screaming this, that, the other thing. And I'm just like, holy shit, I got busted. I'm thinking to myself, like, wonder what other people are out there thinking. Like, this guy is insane. So I'm a little cognizant of that now. I'll do it elsewhere. But it was pretty funny.
Dude, this guy, you're just walking through the neighborhood. Good morning, Samboners. Get your asses up. The Eagles, this team. Bah, bah, bah. You're like, yo, this guy's a freaking legend. That's why I have a podcast. Mick says, what are we going to do? I said, we're going to get a show, Mick. So it's been a blast, dude. I told you I saw one of our Sambona buddies this weekend down at the coaches convention in Charlotte, North Carolina, the great Sean Padden.
Yes, sir.
Famous for what Sambone? Do we know?
The Herney.
The Herney, named after Marty Herney, the assistant GM for your Washington.
Dude, Padden also took a one hell of a Samboner tour. Like, again, this has been a fly by the seat of your pants type of operation. But he was like, "Yo, I'm heading out west. It's barbecue month. I'm gonna hit this joint, this joint, this joint." This dude was sending me Sambones every other day from all these just like hot barbecue joints across the country, Missouri, Kansas, blah blah. I'm like, holy shit, Sean, you're killing it. You're absolutely killing it. So, yeah, dude, Padden's a Sambone warrior.
I think this calendars are going to be really good for people. I do, because we debated it, fly by the seat of the pants. There's no rules. Now we're putting rules on people. I get both ways. I really, truly do. But for I'm looking at this calendar and I've already mapped out based off some trips that we're going to be on throughout this of literally looking, okay, is there a cheesesteak place in this town? It's cheesesteak month. What's the best hoagie in Fort Lauderdale? I'm going to be down there this time of year. I'll be out in LA early April. I don't know what April is for us, but I'm going to look out there. So I'm jacked. Breakfast month, I've already looked. We're traveling then too. So that's helping me look ahead too. I'm like, okay, we got to make sure we hit these two places so I can do my Sam Bones.
Right. We got to get an app though, Colin, so you can pin those.
We will.
That's the idea. I get so many requests. People, I'm driving home from the shore. I'm driving home from Delaware. I'm driving home from here. Where do I go? Where do I go? Where the fuck is the app? I'm like, it's coming.
Mixed pick will be the spots, right? It's got to be over a certain rating. And that's why for me, it's tier 1, tier 2. I can help organize that in my brain more. I can't remember if I gave it a 9.4 or a 9.8. I can't remember.
Wings is tough though, man. There's just so many. There's way more wing joints than there are sandwich shops. Way more.
Everywhere. Great call by our commander. And it's football season, man. It's still football season, folks. We're going to have freaking awesome wings, all the whole nine. Super Bowl is the wing day of the world. We get it. But hey, man, we're moving and shaking here. We'll be at breakfast month of February or cheesesteaks?
I think we're going to go right into breakfast, and then we're going to wait to roll out cheesesteaks again for March Madness.
So I'll be in Key West for the first 2 weeks of February on vacation, and I will be there crushing breakfast, a great breakfast town. So I love it because now it gives me a reason. Again, hey, I'm sorry, I'm going to breakfast. I'm not doing coffee at the house. I'm out. So I'll be Sam Bonin solo, screaming into my phone, and people will be looking at me like I got 4 heads. But
there's often days where I don't wake up hungry, and then I get hungry around 10, 11, and I actually want breakfast. So if I eat breakfast at 10, 11, I'm good until dinner around 7.
Sam Bonin ain't for everybody.
That's right, baby.
All right, buddy. Anything else before we wrap this puppy up?
Nah, man. We got a lot of momentum. Week 2, wing month, coming in hot. Let's have a strong wild card weekend, and we'll see you next week.
I may have to stop by Chop Tank on the walk today throughout Annapolis and just get the wings and Sam Bonin right out front.
The where?
The Chop Tank, and have those wings, those Old Bay honey wings.
Oh yeah.
I'm back home in Annapolis. We're going to go for a nice walk today. Get outside. Maybe stop on the way. Yeah, gotta go to the Chop Tank. Gotta get some wings, hon. It's a good.
Go walk them off.
Yeah, then walk them off. All right. Again, Not For Long Media, Sam Boner Show, brought to you by our friends over at Fudge Kitchen, fudgekitchens.com. Stop in and see them. They're open year-round, guys. They are not shoobies, baby. They're open year-round down the shore, if not order across the country. They get her done. That's Sam Boner Mick. I'm Colin Thompson. This is the Sam Boner Show. Keep on Sam Boning those wings and sending those videos. See you guys.
Have a day, folks.